making news. Carlos Diaz has those for us. Good morning again.
Good morning. Yeah, we have new this morning. Deadly crackdowns in Syria ramping up this morning with government forces now raiding villages in armored tanks. We are now joined by an Olympic athlete who is so famous that even his towel has a Twitter account. We welcome gymnast Diaz Leyva. Diaz, how do you feel about your lucky towel tweeting during the Olympics?
Carlos, a lot of people are actually saying that Black Swan is the dark horse in this race.
It is, and that's the thing. I mean, you have so many awards going to Natalie Portman. You hope the momentum can carry over, but I don't think it will. Who will win? I would have to say the King's Speech. Who should win? The Social Network. After Giselle called out her husband's teammates for not catching the ball on Super Bowl Sunday, Giants running back Brandon Jacobs sounded off at New York's victory rally saying, quote, "She just needs to continue to stay cute and shut up." Now, we have not heard from Tom Brady since this whole thing went down with Giselle. In my opinion, Giselle was standing up for Tom Brady on Super Bowl Sunday. Now Brady needs to support Giselle with some kind of comment.
I had not thought about this angle. You still have to say something, right?
You have to support your wife, and him being quiet, not a good thing right now. At least that's what my fiance told me to say. Right here. Right.
Got to get the headlines. Carlos Diaz is back with those. Good morning.
Good morning. We've got some news just coming in. CNN is working to confirm British media reports that Rebecca Brooks, the former editor of the News of the World, has been arrested.
Carlos, everybody's talking about Florida Gulf Coast University. Who are they?
Carol, I have no idea. Back to you. Now, Florida Gulf Coast University is a small college in Fort Myers trying to become the first number 15 seed to ever advance to the Sweet 16, and they did so.
Players aren't happy about this.
I want to get both sides to this story. I want to, give you the... but okay, here's the NFL side. What they want to do is they want to hire more referees so that they can have more referees on hand to pick and choose the best ones for each game. That's their side. The other thing is, they bring in $9 billion a year. If a referee wants to make a little more than $149,000 a year and you're stressing player safety, why wouldn't you just pay him an extra $40,000 a year? I've been talking about all morning long, Soledad. The Taliban is vowing revenge for the killing of 16 Afghan civilians. The house-to-house shooting spree took place early Sunday morning in the Kandahar province. U.S. military officials say one American soldier is responsible. What would be like the perfect dinner and a movie?
I'm a big country fan, being in NASCAR. My boyfriend loves country a lot.
Is it tough to have a date night because you guys are both in the spotlight?
I think it's just tough to have date nights. You just don't have that many nights off.
You could have stayed in IndyCar, but you took the challenge.
It was definitely the cush schedule. 15 to 20 races, somewhere in that range, and now it's 38 weekends.
Is it as challenging or more challenging than you thought it would be coming over from IndyCar?
You know, I knew it was just going to be hard, period.
You're going to take me around in this car. Is there a chance you can take it easy on me? Because I'm a child.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do this.
TMZ is reporting Hallie saw the man on Sunday when she looked out the window and saw the guy staring her in the face. Wow, some scary stuff there. Joining me right now in New York, Sunny Hostin, who is a legal contributor for In Session on True TV. Sunny, just today, the LAPD told Showbiz Tonight they are looking at security video to help identify the intruder. What are Hallie's legal options here?
To help us sort it all out. So, where do we begin?
There's so many questions.
There's so many
questions. Ask me whatever you want to ask me.
Today's meeting. What's happening at today's
3
meeting?
o'clock. They're going to meet at 3 o'clock. You're going to have a bunch of guys. You're going to have like 24 guys around a big table. You're going to have the 12 guys from the BCS meeting with the 12 presidents. You're going to have one president from each power conference. Rihanna dissed by Kiss. Kiss legend Gene Simmons blasting Rihanna and basically calling her fake. This coming from a 62-year-old man wearing full makeup. I'm just saying. There was a rumor that you might be on Dancing with the Stars this upcoming season. Will we see you on the dance floor?
I don't think so. I'm going to be pretty busy training, getting ready for football season.
So we're not going to see you at a unitard?
I don't think so.
At last, we get to bring the news to you on these magic wheels of the Rivalry Express Buzz. It's true.
It is going to be magical. We're going to be out every week, starting now with Rivalry Express. We're going to be touring the biggest colleges throughout the country to find the biggest rivalries.
Carlos Diaz has the greatest assignment of the day. He joins us live from the first stop of the trip. That's Baton Rouge. Carlos, you know, the best job of the day, going to the game, but you got to go through all that stuff behind you, and so do all the fans, to get to the stadium.
Victor, no one promised me this at all. No one promised me that I would be having to walk through this water here. You guys are dry in the studio, but I'm telling you, a lot of people are concerned because it is very wet. As you can see, this looks like a lake behind me. No, this is one of the main roads heading in to Tiger Stadium, and you can see as I walk out into the road, this is the actual road, and this is how deep underwater the roads are in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because of the massive amounts of rain we had last night. You can see this unfortunate tailgater over here couldn't get his car out. Now, it is Crimson, so the Alabama haters here in Louisiana don't mind the Crimson car being underwater. I was just helping push 2 police officers who got their motorcycles stuck on this road. I was helping push them off of this road. We've got all this and all the weather you need to know about Baton Rouge, Louisiana coming up as we preview the rivalry between LSU and Auburn. It's a wet one, but it's still going on.
What are people saying there?
You know, it's tough to find anyone who's actually in support of this bill down here, Larry, and it's got emotions running hot. And I can tell you right now, you mentioned my father, who's a Cuban immigrant. I talked to him just before I came on, and, he came to this country in 1962 from Cuba as part of the Peter Pan program and became an American citizen in 1968. I asked him what he thought of the bill, and he told me, he's a big baseball fan, and he said, what if I go to Arizona to see the Diamondbacks play, and I'm at my hotel, and I go to the game, and I forget my ID. I've been an American citizen for 42 years, yet I speak with a Spanish accent and look very Spanish. What happens to me if I'm stopped without my proof of identification on me?
So I really reject this bill.
Well, Larry, as you can see down in Los Angeles, we have several opinions, and most of them are not in favor of Senate Bill 1070. Larry?
And we'll be checking back with you later, Carlos. Hang around.
You mentioned the honeymoon stage. This is all-out blind love that's going on right now, Carol, because let me just tell you one thing. What I've learned by talking to Ravens fans, they hate 2 things. They hate Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and they hate referees. And let me just say, last night, when Gene Steratore, the lead official, walked out in that field and got a standing ovation, they cheered a referee who's from Pittsburgh. What is going on in the NFL right now? Michael Jackson's son Prince has taken a job as a reporter for Entertainment Tonight, which is surprising because wouldn't you think he would thrive more at
Carlos Diaz has it all on today's Bleacher Report.
Hi, Wolf. Yeah, LeBron James and the Heat have advanced to their 3rd straight Eastern Conference Finals. It was a yo-yo battle last night in Miami.
Carlos Diaz, let's look at those.
Good morning, Soledad. Yeah, success for Egyptian officials trying to broker a ceasefire between Israel and the Palestinians. Both sides agreed to a truce after the past several days.
In Las Vegas this morning with the latest. Carlos, good morning.
Good morning. And when we talk about the IndyCar Racing Series losing a champion, they've also lost one of the most charismatic people on the tour. I got a chance to get to know Dan Weldon very well, being in Indianapolis for the last several Indianapolis 500s, and I can tell you right now, there is not a more charismatic person in racing, perhaps in sports.
Carlos is there live, and he found out that some of your fellow viewers are going to get to float above the crowd via the zip lines.
Robin, I want you to know that I'm not proud of this video that we're about to show, all right? In my defense, listen, Robin, I'm a professional, and I will not be made fun of. When this took place, Robin, I felt that I was much more manly than the video shows. But as you're about to see, I felt the same adrenaline as the players, yet my man card was turned in. Take a watch. Here at the Super Bowl, you can have a lot of adventures. My zip line is... Hold on. I made it by that much.
Headlines for us.
Yeah, some more Rush Limbaugh headlines for you this morning. We start off with Michigan Senator Carl Levin. He's the chairman of the Armed Services Committee, calling for Rush Limbaugh's show to be taken off the Armed Services Radio Network.
Carlos, you better open it up because I'm kind of grossed out.
This is like Christmas.
This is a 7-decker cheeseburger.
Let me just say, after having a bite of this, it needs an 8 patty.
You're disgusting.
7's not enough. I need an 8 patty. I need one more.
CNN's Carlos Diaz, our eyes and our ears in New Orleans, is joining us now live. So, Carlos, did the Harbor Brothers provide any billboard material at Media Day?
they've been providing billboard material for each other their entire lives. I mean, these are two guys that are so competitive. They're 15 months apart, so it's not like they're distant cousins. These are two guys who grew up forced to be best friends, and you know what happens with best friends? Sometimes they want to duke it out. And check out the demeanor of these two. John Harbaugh, coach of the Ravens, more laid back than his younger brother Jim when they talked about how competitive they are.
Let's get right to Carlos Diaz. He's got headlines for us. Good morning again.
Good morning again. No pictures this time, please.
I was snapping pictures while he was for Twitter. Come on.
That's fine. And it was a good angle. I like it. Benjamin Netanyahu told senators today that he doubts that sanctions against Iran will prevent it from pursuing its nuclear weapons program. Netanyahu also told lawmakers, quote, "We have great friends in Washington."
You did something that was so cool. you found these dolphins who have this unusual intelligence ability to predict winners of NFL playoff games.
Well, it's not difficult to be more intelligent than I am. It's not difficult at all.
Okay, I didn't say that.
These dolphins at the Georgia Aquarium are amazing, and I had them pick the AFC and NFC championship games. Here's a portion. Lily, is it going to be the San Francisco 49ers this weekend? No, they're not going to win? What do you think about the New York Giants? Yes! Jeez. Apparently, she's a big Eli Manning fan. Lily went for the Giants, and then Shaka, another Dolphin, picked the Patriots. If you have complaints, don't hit us up. We didn't make those picks, all right? Blame the Dolphins.
Always blame the Dolphins. Much easier.
And I do want to say that it took more than one take to do that, but it wasn't their fault. It was mine, all right? So they hit their mark every time.
Carlos, thank you very much. That was great.
I'm Carlos Diaz, and here's what we're watching this week. The countdown to Kim Kardashian's wedding is on. We've got more big secrets about the big event, which is happening next Saturday. And Michael Jackson's family reveals new details to us about the blockbuster Michael Jackson tribute. Catch Showbiz Tonight exclusively weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, right here on HLN. Christy asked me at the beginning of this Bleacher Report if I was bummed that, we're ending Rivalry Express.
Yeah.
I think this face says it all. This is
HLN's Carlos Diaz is live in Indianapolis with a preview. Carlos, let's talk about how Indy is getting ready for one of the biggest events in our country, no doubt.
Yeah, Kara, it's a little more than saying, hey, let's put together a nice bean and cheese dip and have a Super Bowl, It takes years and years in preparation. We're also following developments this morning in Afghanistan. The first big protest since Sunday's massacre has been largely peaceful.
CNN's Carlos Diaz has more on that from New Orleans this morning. Hey, good morning.
Yeah, Soledad, it was less like a press conference and more like a Thanksgiving dinner. Where's the drumsticks? At one point, Jack Harbaugh, the father of John and Jim Harbaugh, actually said, "Am I talking too much?" When he was telling so many stories about the past. You could tell these are proud parents first and football parents a close second. And Jack and Jackie Harbaugh, married 51 years, they're living on top of the world right now. First off, Cal Ripken is one of the classiest guys, not just in baseball, but in sports. And so, a lot of people are coming to Cal saying, how's your mom doing? How's your mom doing? So the first thing he said was, I just want everyone to know that she's doing as well as she could. She's doing okay. You could tell that there is some trauma there, some mental trauma. She has not actually gone back to the house that she was abducted from on July 24th. Her day began like any other day. She went to the garage to do some chores, and a man confronted her in the garage at gunpoint and then basically drove her around for 23 hours. All right, joining us now, the man who won a $380,000 Lamborghini and then crashed it the same day, David Dopp. David, my man, how you doing? You okay?
I'm doing good. Yeah, thanks for...
all right, I just want to make sure that you're plenty safe. Now, I just want to make sure that I get the story straight. You were doing like 55 miles an hour and you hit some black ice or gravel, and that's when you spun out? I'm Carlos Diaz, coming to you from South Florida, the site of the BCS National Championship game, an epic matchup between Notre Dame and Alabama. And we've got the details. CNN Newsroom starts right now. Kevin James is king of the ring in his latest movie, Here Comes the Boom. He joins us now, and first off, this is one of those premises where I almost feel badly for you because the pain and suffering involved in this.
Yeah. I mean, it was weird because as you're writing it, you're saying, I'll get thrown around here and get punched in the face there. And then you forget about that you actually at one day are going to have to shoot that.
Carlos Diaz is here. Everybody's talking about, tell us who they're talking about.
Florida Gulf Coast University. And I love these guys. Here's why I love these guys. Because they're not just winning, They're winning with style. They're having fun while playing basketball. And isn't that what college basketball is all about? I mean, Florida Gulf Coast University, it's a small college in Fort Myers, becoming the first ever number 15 seed to advance to the Sweet 16. Welcome back. I'm Carlos Diaz. The Detroit Tigers are going to the World Series for the first time in 6 years. And they swept the Yankees, who had a $200 million payroll.
Carlos Diaz is out front to break down the story. That doesn't necessarily mean they're okay with it or it didn't matter or it didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is ask yourself this one question. This accuser hits the stand, and the prosecutor says, "Did you shower with Jerry Sandusky?" "Yes, I did." Dinners, relationships, none of that matters. Did you shower with Jerry Sandusky? Still looking for the perfect gift for that sports fan in your life? Well, here are a couple of great ideas from the NFL. For the handyman in your life, it's the Cowboys hammer. I like the nail polish. It's gold, it's purple, it's Vikings colors. And if you're a Lakers fan, either way. A Chicago Bears panini press. I don't even know what a panini is. You can why am I from New York? Hey, that's sports. I'm from Chicago. That makes no sense.
No, it's like, I just had a heart attack.
Give me another panini. You've gone to the next level because now you transcend sports. You are now a commodity. You are now an entertainer. Tell me, for the people who don't know.
Since you just verified it right now, I think it's official now.
I have validated you. But for people who don't know, tell us about your alter ego, Tony Plush, and where that came from. A horrific car crash in 2004 nearly killed Brian Boyle. In fact, he technically died 8 times before his miraculous recovery. Once told he would never walk again, he is now a triathlete, and this Saturday, he's competing in the first ever New York City Ironman U.S. Championship. Brian Boyle joins us now from New York City, and first, what an amazing, inspirational story your life has become. Tell us what kind of injuries you sustained in that crash and what your recovery was like. We have a court here, so I'm thinking we got to try something, all right? Let me just try something real quick, guys. Ready? All right, guys, storm the court! Yeah! It's pandemonium! I can't stop! Back to you guys! Back to you guys! I can't! This is unbelievable! It's pandemonium! It's March Madness! It's unbelievable! It's obviously something that we've never seen before live on TV!
I hope Carlos survives.
So, Carlos, can you tell which side seemed to come out on top?
Wait a minute. Yes, Robin, I'm Carlos Diaz, and it's pretty clear.
No, you're not the real Carlos.
No, I'm sorry, Caesar. The lockout's over. No more replacement sportscasters. All right, so you're done. You go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you, Caesar. I appreciate that. You know how hard it was finding someone shorter than me?
So adorable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's done a good job, by the way. But I got my 401k, so we're good to go now. Now, it's pretty clear the refs got the upper hand here. I mean, think about it. Tonight, for the first time in history, fans, Robin, will be cheering for the officials when they take the field in Baltimore.
Where things got a little crazy this morning. Good morning, Carlos.
Carol, you know me. You know me to be a very loquacious, very exuberant kind of person. I got nothing left. You know, I'm telling you, after this morning, Carol, it was crazy here at TCU. SMU, their students showed up. Look, I got SMU paint all over my arm right here still.
So why is this racism instead of something that may be silly or could be a joke between friends?
And I don't want to judge the people who are judging this, but what I will say is, if your argument is that she's making fun of African-American women in general, Serena's own sister Venus is not built that way. You know, basically Caroline Wozniacki is having fun with her friend. I am firing up another must-see Showbiz countdown, Showbiz Newsmakers, including the brand new Paula Deen fallout from her explosive racism controversy. Paula Deen's tearful 13-minute apology just wasn't enough to stop 2 more huge sponsors from ditching Paula today. Is this the end of her empire?
Hi there.
Robin, we got Mario Manningham, wide receiver for the Giants, in trouble because he didn't want his teammates to know that his middle name was Cashmere, and we told them all. We also found out which Giants player was born in a bank parking lot when we gave them the big Media Day Super Bowl quiz. Listen, first question, what is Eli Manning's full first name?
Elijah.
Very good. Which one of your teammates is a champion roper?
Bear Pascal.
2 for 2. You're rocking and rolling. You're doing well.
Thank you.
You feel confident?
Oh, yeah. That's
good.
good.
All right, keep them coming. Here we go. Which one of your teammates has the middle name Cashmere?
Eli?
No. Eli Cashmere, man.
That's me.
Which one of your teammates was born in a car in a bank parking lot?
I know this one. Is it David Boss?
Yes, nice job.
Did anybody get that one right?
He did. The person who was born, David Boss.
Okay.
I just couldn't wait. I wanted out.
Bonus question: What was the make of the car?
85 Buick Park Avenue.
Thanks for being specific. That was a Datsun.
I'm pretty disappointed in myself. I should take the time to really know my teammates a little better.
And just to let you know, Eli Manning was 1 for 5 on those questions. The one that he got right, he knew that his name was Elijah. That's the one he got right. So, Robin, back to you. Go to SI.com's extra mustard for that kind of
Give
video.
me your hand.
What's
No
up?
sportsman has ever put the band on the sport. I'm a band geek. Thank you.
I'm never going to wash this ever again.